Welcome, travelers, to High Fantasy. I'm Brett. I clapped and I shouldn't have clapped. You got me clapping. I need my herb pouch. Daddy's been paying for my salt.
This
I'm part of the poop patrol, ma'am.
And I'm Emily. But I'm like, don't make the robots.
Don't make the robots
crunch. I would take Speak with Dinosaur in a second. I have beef with DC. It's a thing. It's a whole thing.
Join us on our epic world-spanning adventures. Armed with only a bit of long-bottom leaf, we will delve into some of the most amazing worlds of imagination that have ever existed. Before we get into that, don't forget to check out our Patreon if you want to support the channel. And without further ado, let's get into it.
You can clap.
You can.
Yay! Hello, you merry travelers. Sorry.
Hello! Hello, merry travelers, and welcome back to another episode of High Fantasy. I'm Brett.
And I'm Emily.
And today,
what are we doing?
we are going to be talking about World of Warcraft!
Gotta say, if you leave me off on another cliffhanger, boy,
Well,
I will suffer until next week.
yeah.
For the views.
What are you going to do? Nothing! Alright, what do you remember about the last time?
I remember you left me off on a cliffhanger.
What a great ending to admit that you don't remember what we talked about. You're adorable.
Look, okay, we're busy people.
Fair.
Things happen.
All right. So, today we're going to be talking about Wrath of the Lich King.
It's the pumpkin. Sorry. You can cut that out. The shadow, though, I was like, who's walking into our house right now?
It's fair. It looked creepy.
It was very creepy. Thank you. I thought there was a shadow demon in our corner.
That's very fair. I noticed what you were looking at, and then I was like, wait a minute. Where is it? There it is. Okay. All right. Yes. Today we're going to be talking about Wrath of the Lich King, the second expansion for World of Warcraft.
Okay.
Now, Wrath of the Lich King came out in November 13th, 2008, and sold 2.8 million copies day one. This set another world record for the first day sales, beating their last expansion that at the time held the record at 2.4 million. So another 400,000 people bought this than bought Burning Crusade.
That's wild.
Now, we move to the frozen north. Past the denizens of this strange new continent, to the frozen halls of Ice-Crown Citadel. At the peak sits a lone figure clad in ice-covered black plate mail, adorned with pulsing pale blue runes atop a throne of ice, the Lich King. But to understand how we got here, we have to go back to a time long ago in the Eastern Kingdoms, in the then capital city of the Alliance, Lordaeron. We follow a hero, Arthas Menethil, Crown Prince of Lordaeron and only son of King Tyrannus Menethil II. Now, we talked a little bit about how he is a paladin.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, he is 19. He's an apprentice to Uther the Lightbringer.
Okay.
And he had kind of an on-again, off-again thing with Jaina Proudmoore, an apprentice to Dalaran, the City of Mages.
I do remember you saying that last time. I remember.
Now, he viewed Uther as kind of a literal uncle, like a kind uncle to him.
Okay.
And Uther viewed him as one of his prized apprentices. Like, this is going to be his success story.
This boy is the best of the best.
Later at 19, he would become a full-fledged member of the Knights of the Silver Hand.
Oh, that sounds fancy.
Now, he was also gifted a hammer at this, where it was gifted to him by one of the original paladins of the Silver Hand called Light's Vengeance.
Okay.
When he would also take up his oaths, become a full-fledged paladin, and get the silver pauldrons, or silver marks, that represented him as a full-fledged member of the Silver Hand.
Okay.
Now, he wanted more than anything to become a hero, as he was brought up on stories of the heroes of the Orc Wars, and how they had saved so many people.
Okay.
To this end, he would take up the fight against the Scourge. a spreading disease that was quickly becoming a huge problem.
Okay.
Now, Arthas saw this as his opportunity to be a hero just like all the ones of old. He would crush this undead threat to his people, and in so doing, save his people and become a legend.
Okay.
Plus, it kind of works out pretty well, right? Paladin, undead
Yeah.
scourge. This is great. This
Yeah.
is perfect. The perfect opportunity for him to prove that he is the shit.
Oh, yeah.
This, however, would prove to be his first step down the path of damnation.
Yeah, because at some point I believe he becomes a Lich King. If I had to guess.
Yes. Now he fought the necromancer Kel'Thuzad.
Okay.
Now you might remember the name Kel'Thuzad, as we have talked about Kel'Thuzad before.
It sounds familiar.
An extremely powerful lich.
Uh-huh.
However, in this time, human.
So he's not a Lich yet.
He's just a necromancer. Very powerful one.
Okay.
He would fight this necromancer Kel'Thuzad, killing him, but not before he had infected all the grain going out to nearby human towns.
Oh no. So they're gonna become zombies?
Well, now he thought this was just a way to kill the humans, like a mass genocide kind of thing. He was hoping that it was, or he figured it was literally just the Scourge's way of dealing with mass populations of people.
Mm-hmm.
But all who died would rise again as undead soldiers of the Scourge.
Freaking zombies.
They are freaking zombies. Now, we are going to get into a huge, huge part of World of Warcraft lore here. There is so much I can't cover, but I'm going to cover the base notes of it.
Okay, give it to me. I'm
Now,
gonna remember.
the largest city sent grain was a place called Stratholme. After finding out about this, he would ride to Stratholme. So he took care of the necromancer Kel'Thuzad. He found out about what was happening here, and he found out, okay, of the places that this is going to, this is the one I have to get to.
Okay.
But not before he kind of rode to a smaller town nearby, hoping to stop the grain delivery. This is where he would find out that no, the grain does not just kill people, it rises them as undead minions. He would almost get overwhelmed here until Uther, his previous, teacher, would ride in with his paladins and kind of reinforce his forces and save the day.
Okay.
Now, here's where things get a little crazy.
Mm.
Because at this point, Arthas is the crown prince of Lordaeron. And Lordaeron is the capital seat of the Alliance.
Okay.
Because it's the strongest human city there is.
Uh-huh.
To this day, you will still find in World of Warcraft characters who say for Lordaeron.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
So he is technically over Uther. Like, he has jurisdiction over Uther because he is the crown prince.
Yeah, like
Uther is the head of the paladins, but the paladins work for the crown, so...
he's technically got rank on these people.
Exactly. So Arthas is kind of leading this expedition, but Uther and his paladins are also there reinforcing his men.
Okay.
Now, they were met on the road by Medivh.
Okay.
You might, again, recognize this name.
I certainly do. I don't know why.
He was the guardian of Azeroth at the time.
Okay. Okay.
One of, if not the most powerful mage in existence. Charged with protecting Azeroth.
Okay.
He told him Lordaeron stood no chance.
Mm-hmm.
Against the Scourge, they must count their losses and retreat to Kelemdor.
That sounds rough.
So basically, he's like, you have to gather up everybody who's still alive, and we have to literally go to a different continent, or else, the more you fight these things, the more you're going to offer soldiers to their
ranks. Like, you're just helping them at this point, so stop and let's find a better plan.
Exactly. So Kelemdor at that time was also the seat of the Night Elves, people who had dealt with many terrible threats before and could definitely offer aid in this particular problem.
They're like, stop. Please, don't be dumb.
Now, if you remember, I did say Arthas is a white knight. He is a hero.
Mm-hmm.
But he's young, and he wants to be a hero.
Just having gumption for something doesn't give you the wisdom to actually do it.
Exactly. The example I gave last time was if he saw a town under siege by a dragon, he would step in to help.
Uh-huh.
Despite him maybe not being able to take on that dragon, and maybe it would have been a better idea if he had used some strategy and gone back and got a bunch of knights, and then maybe they could have dealt with the dragon. He's like, I will fight this problem.
Hey, why use muscles if you had a brain?
Now, Arthas would not abandon his people. But when he arrived at Stratholme, the grain had already been given out.
Oh no.
He knew the people would soon be dead, and moreover, soon be added to the undead ranks.
Oh no.
So, he made a decision.
Oh no.
He ordered his men, including his old teacher, Uther, to purge the city.
Oh no. No, no.
Now, horrified, Uther refused, saying there are people who are still not infected in the city. Proclaiming Uther had committed treason, Arthas relieved him of command and suspended his paladins from duty.
Oh, this is rough. This is rough. Oh no.
This is the big turning point for Arthas here.
Arthas, you're being a bad guy.
Now Arthas and his men started culling the culling of Stratholme, but as they did, they found the demon Morganus, who Kel'Thuzad had said was responsible for the undead plague, collecting souls in Stratholme. Morganus got away, daring Arthas to meet him on the icy continent of Northrend.
Oh, I feel like somebody's about to get fooled.
So Arthas and his men continued the purging of Stratholme, killing most of them, but to this day it is now an undead infested city of once was beautiful, kind of a crown jewel of Lordaeron. It is now a shell of its former self, inhabited by monsters.
That's rough.
Because you can say he had a point. You can say he had a pretty good point. You don't know who's infected, you don't know who's not. If they turn into zombies and start biting people, I get why he did what he did. But we get this is the practical choice over this is what a hero would do.
Yeah, like logic is an enemy a lot of the times, because if we did things logically, the world, like, you have to care and have feelings and think about people, or else you are just one of the bad guys trying to line your own pocket, you know? Like, it's the classic railroad scenario, you know?
Exactly. So he was kind of screwed if he did, screwed if he didn't. He chose the harsher path, hoping to protect his people. But here's the thing, he was told from the beginning they're already lost.
And I think that's a problem, because you're getting into which path is, I guess, harsher, but also the easier path. Because there are ways, like, he could have taken a survey of who was done. He could have looked for a cure, you know? Tried to see if there was a way that he could reverse what happened. Instead of taking any modicum of thought, he was like, oh, you know what the easiest thing would just be to kill all these people. And that's where your problem comes in, of where it's like, yeah, that's the easy route.
Yeah, and I am skipping over a lot of stuff because one of the big things here is he had already been suffering like losses at the hands of the Scourge. So Lordaeron is under siege. It is constantly dealing with these guerrilla tactics. His people are getting, murdered. He's having a hard time here. And I think this is the snapping point, because this is the point where he actively stops being himself. The Arthas that we knew would have put the lives of his people above everything else. And he's still kind of doing that, because he's like, if I stop it here, it won't go further.
It's when you're so defeated that you're desperate.
Yeah, exactly. And so we start to really see that aspect of the story. He is desperate. He needs to have a win here, and even if that comes at the cost of some innocent lives, he's willing to do that.
Yeah. Rough. That's rough. I don't like those choices.
Now, following Morganus, Arthas and some troops get to Northrend. They fought some undead here, even saving Moradin Bronzebeard, who was in Northrend with the Explorers Guild, looking for a powerful weapon, a rune blade called Frostmourne.
I feel like that's gonna come in later. I feel like for some reason the way you paused and gave me a look when you said Frostmourne makes me think it's important.
This is the iconic weapon of the Lich King.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
Now, they found Frostmourne in its frozen prison, guarded by a huge elemental.
Oh, well.
The elemental was fighting them, stopping them, but it was active. It seemed like it was more trying to protect them.
It's like, don't touch this thing.
Leave it alone.
Don't
Go away.
freaking touch this. It's the classic trope of, oh, we're going into a mummy's tomb, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're about to disturb some ancient beast that's been sleeping for 1,000 years. Let's go poke it with a stick.
Now, after its defeat, Moradin found an inscription saying that the blade was cursed and begged Arthas to turn back. Now, again, we get to see a little bit of the desperation here.
Mm-hmm.
Arthas said to the spirits of the cave, release the sword from its icy prison, and he would give anything and pay any price if only they would help him save his people.
Oh, he's so desperate, and it's so sad.
It's so sad.
He's just desperate, and he just wants to help people, but...
It is extraordinarily sad. Again, we see what people are driven to, despite, like, if you're in such a desperate stance. But, again, he was told Lordaeron will fall. Like, the Eastern Kingdoms will fall to the undead scourge. You have to go to Kalimdor, and he ignored it, and he shouldn't have, but hindsight's 2020. Now, when the weapon broke free, Moradin was struck with a shard of ice, causing him to kind of pass out. Arthas tried to help him, but the voice of Frostmourne stopped him.
This thing is cursed as hell. Do you touch it with your hands? Never touch an item with your hands until you cast Identify.
Dropping his holy warhammer, Light's Vengeance, and taking up Frostmourne, he paid the ultimate price for power. His very soul.
Well, you biffed it, kid.
Now, basically, the thing he wasn't told was Frostmourne's whole shtick is it eats souls.
This is why we cast Identify first.
And whoever picks it up immediately has their soul consumed by the blade.
No more soul for the Lich King now.
Now, things would go absolutely insane here, but we can always talk more about Arthas later. For now, let's get back to the Wrath of the Lich King.
Okay. We're on it. We're in.
So, because we already know Lordaeron has fallen, we know that bad stuff happened there, but that's a story for a different episode. We now understand the beginning of the Lich King.
Dun, dun, dun.
Now, in this expansion, the level cap would go from 70 to 80.
Okay.
Just like Outlands, you can fly in Northrend.
Okay.
One of the big things, however, was the new hero class.
Ooh, Necromancer?
This was something that had never been introduced in World of Warcraft ever. The Death Knight.
Death Knight. I should have known that because we play Hearthstone.
Fallen heroes of the Horde and Alliance, raised by the Lich King to serve as champions of the Scourge, now free of their chains of servitude to the Lich King, they have formed the Ebon Blade. One of the most powerful groups Azeroth has ever seen, as each member is a fallen champion, now one with a goal: stop the Lich King.
Gotta say, these names are so badass.
It's really cool, right?
The Ebon Blade. Oh, that's cool.
And I did want to talk a little bit about this, because I can't talk about Wrath of the Lich King and not talk about the Death Knights.
Uh-huh.
Um, and there is more later on here in a second, but when you start playing a Death Knight,
Uh-huh.
it takes you back in time
Yeah.
to when Arthas was still like actively raising up troops and stuff.
That's crazy.
And he raised champions of the Horde and Alliance, these like veteran warriors, and he gave them rune blades just like he has, just like Frostmourne. And they were literally meant to be his champions of the Scourge.
That's wild.
And there's a lot of really nasty stuff you have to do when you start a Death Knight.
Uh-huh, like? Tell me
You
more.
go through and murder innocent civilians.
Okay.
Uh,
I can
you
live with that.
you have to go kill and then raise your own undead war steed.
Oh, cool.
But the last thing that you do is the most controversial.
Oh boy.
Now, depending on which race you choose, because any race can be a Death Knight,
Uh-huh.
which is kind of crazy because there was always restrictions,
Yeah.
not for Death Knights.
That makes a lot of sense because you're just undead.
You kind of start fighting the control of the Lich King here,
Okay.
and you are given a test of loyalty.
Oh. Okay.
Now, again, this changes for every race. It
Uh-huh.
depends on which one you're going in there with. If you go in as a Tauren, you are forced to kill your best friend. If you go in as a Night Elf, you are forced to kill not your mother, but the nursemaid who raised you. All of these are really emotionally crazy moments that are so easy to kind of pass up. I don't think I've done a single one of them without crying.
That's wild.
Yep. They are all chained up in a like a big bunkhouse that the Scourge have forced them into. And as you go in there expecting it to be just, another I'm murdering innocent people at this point,
Huh?
they recognize you. And there's this big emotional moment where they're like, you're better than this. Like, you're a hero. You always were a hero.
Why do you this is a game? Like the thing you do for fun?
It is emotionally devastating.
Yeah.
Basically, they tell you, like, I know you'll come back to yourself one day, and when you do, know it wasn't your fault.
Do they get to become undead with you?
Nope.
Oh, dang.
You murder them.
And that's like you have to do that just to play Death Knight?
Yep.
And if you don't, they're like,
You can't play them.
die.
Yep, you basically can't play the character because you have to do this to be able to play the normal World of Warcraft as this character.
That's wild.
So just know, all Death Knights committed atrocities. Every single one of them. And
Yeah,
you
but
are
they were
shown
controlled
this.
by the Lich King.
Exactly, they were controlled by the Lich King, but that's the thing, they remember.
That's crazy.
Which fuels their burning hatred
Hatred.
for the Lich King. Because they're like, I used to be a hero. You made me kill innocent people, you son of a bitch. Like, they actively have this big moment. But let's talk a little bit about it, huh? Let's talk a little bit about the Death Knights.
Let's talk about the evil, terrible, bad Death Knights.
Now, at this time, all Death Knights started out at level 55.
Okay.
And they used the same powers as the Scourge do. Blood Death Knights drain the life of enemies to heal themselves, making them amazing tanks.
Okay.
Frost Death Knights use the chill of the grave to weaken and slow enemies, dealing tons of damage.
Okay.
And Unholy Death Knights raise the dead to fight with them and use their unholy powers to poison enemies.
Oh, that's fun.
All Death Knights wear plate armor and use large rune weapons.
Okay.
Everyone um, kind of have their ability to do a little bit of what the others can do, but once you specialize, that's the big way to go.
Okay.
Um, just like in Hearthstone, where it's like when you're making a Death Knight deck, it gives you those 3 runes, and you can do unholy. But some
Yes.
cards are locked to you if you choose to go all unholy or all one, or
Right.
or the other, and so you kind of like dip your toe.
Okay.
Everyone was finally able to live out their emo paladin fantasies when this came out.
Yes, where are you?
So they would get the ability to forge their own rune weapons and forge runes into their weapons, making them stronger, more powerful. They would get, again, the ability to summon undead hordes of creatures to start like attacking people and all that fun stuff.
Love
Um,
it.
they were given the chance, or kind of the choice, afterwards, after like their control was taken by the Lich King and they fucked up the Lich King a little bit and he lost control of the Death Knights.
Okay.
They were given the opportunity to go back to rest.
Okay, so they're like either you can stay dead or since you're already undead and you're not being controlled by him anymore,
So
you could just
it
chill.
was basically the paladins freed them and they were like, rest now, you've earned that.
Okay.
And they were like, screw that noise. I want his head.
No, 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 no. Actually, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna go kill a Lich King.
His ass is grass and we are the lawnmower, baby.
All the Death Knights like, guys, mutiny, mutiny.
Exactly. Like it's insane because there's another like that's the final encounter you get as a Death Knight is you get to see the kind of end scene where they attack something called Light's Hope Chapel. This is a place where all of the heroes of the Alliance are kind of like fully laid to rest. Well, the Lich King wants it, and he wants it bad.
No.
Because it's kind of like a bunch of paladins and stuff are left here. And
Yeah.
this is a big stronghold of the paladins.
Yeah.
Well, he's fought off by paladins, and they kind of kick his ass all the way back to Northrend.
Okay.
But in doing so, they kick his ass so hard that they break the chains that he had over the Death Knights.
Okay.
Um, so we're kind of left with this weird bit with the Death Knights where right after that happens, the Ebon Blade is formed. You are now a member of the Ebon Blade automatically because you are a Death Knight, and you have to go to Stormwind, the new capital of the Alliance,
Uh-huh.
and you have to basically, as an envoy of the Ebon Blade, be like, all right, we're joining up. Well, let's go kick some undead ass. And you get spit on by like peasants and stuff that are actively like lining the streets
Oh, what?
because they're like, we know the atrocities that you committed, like the things that
Oh,
you did.
yeah.
My brother was in the town that you killed, like, all this stuff. And so there's kind of a mixed relationship here because you were once a hero, then turned monster, now come back supposedly. So
And the Death Knights are like, we didn't want to do this.
exactly.
Please.
But heroes will fight from the shores of the Borean Tundra as the Alliance, or the Howling Fjord as the Horde, through to places like Dragonblight and Grizzly Hills, all the way to Iceground Citadel to fight the Lich King himself.
Okay.
Now remember when I told you about like, because you actively brought this up a few times when you were like, oh, so that's how undead, like if undead are a playable race, that's how the undead are there.
Uh-huh.
Kind of.
Okay.
So during the big plague of Lordaeron, a lot of undead were just kind of chilling.
Okay.
Except something strange started to happen.
Oh, no.
Some of them started to get their memories back.
Okay.
And some of them started to become a lot more like their former selves.
Uh-huh.
Except there's one problem. They're dead.
Ooh.
So, because of this, the Alliance, there was no way. Like, they were kill on sight. If
Yeah.
you saw an undead walking towards your human town, doesn't matter if he was like, hey, I'm Jimmy. Hey,
Right.
like, it doesn't matter. They're gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Now, this was extremely unfortunate. Because that left them with only one other option. The growing ranks of the undead starting to kind of regain their sentience, some of them coming back, these peasants, these farmers, etc., coming back. There was no place for them.
Mm-hmm.
Cue Sylvanas Windrunner.
Okay.
The leader of the undead horde.
Okay.
Also known as the Banshee Queen.
Okay.
Now, Sylvanas Windrunner was originally a blood elf.
Uh-huh.
But well, during his undead binger, Arthas ended up kind of really royally boning the Blood Elves, and Sylvanas was the Ranger General at the time. So
Okay.
her forces were first on the front lines to take care of the undead threat that was trying to destroy Silvermoon, which
Okay.
is the capital of the Blood Elf cities.
Uh-huh.
She fell. And Arthas, never one to squander an opportunity, decided to turn her into an undead abomination under his control.
Oh boy.
And she would become the first of the Banshees.
Ooh, spooky.
The craziest thing is, she inhabits her old body by choice. So she has the ability to possess things, people.
Okay.
And so she chooses to inhabit her old corpse.
Is this the same girl that Arthas had a crush on?
No, that was Jaina.
Okay, yes, you're right, you're right,
Jaina
you're right.
Proudmoore.
Lots of names.
So we have the Blood Elves. We have the new undead leader, because she has also broken free of Arthas's control,
Mm-hmm.
Sylvanas Windrunner, and again also wants some frickin' payback.
She's like, guys, you're getting your memory back. You wanna go punch this guy?
So she forms the undead, now legions,
Mm-hmm.
and with nowhere else to turn, they join the horde.
I mean, what else are you gonna do? It feels like the Horde would be so down for that, you
They
know?
are. They are for the most part, and they form the new city Undercity, which is kind of like the sewer system of Lordaeron.
Uh-huh.
So the old kind of city of Lordaeron, around their area, they formed their own society, a
Okay.
place where they can exist. Even though this sucks, nobody asked for this. They're here,
Yeah.
and they're gonna make it the Lich King's problem.
Yeah.
So anytime you hear about undead as like player characters, that's why.
Okay.
Because they are sentient undead. They're not the mindless undead that the Lich King controls.
That makes
They
sense.
are sentient undead. Um, but yes, so they also make their way to Northrend, and it becomes a big, basically free for all of Horde fighting Alliance. Everybody's trying to take new territories, etc., but we're all going after the Lich King.
Mm-hmm.
Because that guy sucks, and we can all collectively agree he sucks.
He's just like a fully separate entity.
Yes, exactly. Now, the Lich King, he was getting visions, let's say, from a really powerful person. A force that we never really get to know about, because it's never fully explained what this creature is.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like a being from beyond.
Okay.
And there is the Lich King, right? But you need
Mm-hmm.
to think of that more like a title
Yeah.
than a person.
Uh-huh.
Because the person who is in charge of being the quote unquote Lich King
Uh-huh.
is just the dude that's stopping all of the undead from murdering everyone.
So right now it's Arthas, but it can become anybody powerful enough to control them.
Anybody who puts on the helmet.
Oh, it's specifically the helmet thing.
His helmet.
It's
Yep.
a helmet thing, guys.
So Arthas decided he was going to kind of destroy everything
Okay.
and kill everybody with the power of the Lich King. That's not what it necessarily has to be. That's
Mm-hmm.
just what he's using it for.
Okay.
So the Lich King has a lot of control over death and the
Mm-hmm.
afterlife. This is going to become a huge thing later,
Okay.
so keep that in mind.
I'll do my best.
Our world building here, this is what we call foreshadowing, people.
Foreshadowing, everybody.
So Arthas is set up in Northrend.
Uh-huh.
He has built his undead abominations, he has his scourge going everywhere, and he has built up an army, what he thinks, strong enough to take over Azeroth.
Mm-hmm.
And the big problem with fighting an opponent like that is every time one of your guys falls, well, that's more fodder for me, bud.
Yeah, he basically has 2 times the army.
Mm-hmm. If he can get a hold of graveyards,
Uh,
anything along those lines, that's just great for him.
Burial grounds, like.
Great for him. He loves this. Now there is a limit to the kind of things he can do,
Mm-hmm.
but he is at this time the most powerful singular being that there is.
Okay.
But that does not stop the heroes of the Horde and the Alliance from trying to stick it to him sideways anyway. Now, Arthas did suffer a few setbacks
Mm-hmm.
in his original taking of Northrend.
Okay.
The main one being the Nerubians.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Nerubians are super interesting, and this is coming from an arachnophobe, keep that in mind.
Oh, okay.
They are spider people.
Oh, that's fun!
So they're like spider centaurs.
Oh, that's fun!
They have the lower body of a spider and kind of like the upper torso of a normal human, but it's kind of furry.
It's almost like a dryad?
And then they have like spider heads and kind of like little
not the dryad.
T-Rex arms.
Oh, that's so cute!
Now,
Ah!
Nerubians, now it's crazy because they had a caste system kind of thing going on. Where they had their like royals, they had their advisors and like magicians and stuff. They had their builders, etc., etc. Normal spiders are just normal spiders, but Nerubians loved them because they kept them as like pets.
Yeah.
And so shitloads of spiders everywhere. But
Oh,
this is
boy.
kind of like pharaoh kind of stuff we're getting into. That's the kind of architecture. And they always lived underground.
Okay.
And they didn't much like Arthas at all.
Yeah?
Because they were like, Northrend is ours.
Uh-huh.
Fuck off, dude.
Like, get out of here, man.
They did not like him. So they were engaged in guerrilla warfare with Arthas's undead troops.
That's great. Oh, that's great.
The biggest benefit the Nerubians had was that for some reason, Arthas could not raise them. He could not form undead Nerubians.
Oh, that's so good. So they were just like,
And they had tunnel systems all under Northrend. So they were literally crushing his supply lines, anything that was like, he was trying to smelt down like ores and stuff to deck out his undead army in like ceramite armor and big weapons and stuff like that, because you want your juggernauts, and they're like, hey, stole your minerals.
So everybody would have been boned if it wasn't for the Nerubians.
It was pretty rough. It was pretty crazy. This is before we even come here.
Uh-huh. That's
So,
incredible.
when
I love them.
They stalled Arthas for a very, very long time.
That's crazy.
Until he got powerful enough to start raising them.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks.
And with his own undead Nerubian contingent, he was able to use them to kind of ferret out the rest of the Nerubians,
they
attack
know
the cities.
chaff funnels. Fuck.
And now he had his own little burrowing spider people.
That's crazy.
But eventually the Nerubians would fall to Arthas as he took them over, and now he has cities of undead spider people.
No.
That run the tunnel systems of Northrend.
That's so rude.
Yeah, it sucks. Sucks big donkey nuts.
We had a win. We had the W for a second there.
He would also go back and get Kel'Thuzad's body.
Okay.
And now we get Kel'Thuzad the Lich.
Okay, yep, there it is.
who he put in charge of running one of his largest siege equipments,
Okay.
Naxxramas.
Okay.
Now, the Undead Scourge loved doing this thing where they had these floating pyramids
Uh-huh.
that were just all decked out in like skulls and undead stuff, and they were called plague spreaders.
Okay.
So they would go and they would float,
Uh-huh.
and then they would just
Oh,
plague
no, 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 thank you.
all over forests and towns and just anything and everything
Leave the woodland creatures out of this!
in their wake, just scourging it up.
No!
The largest of these floating fortresses was Naxxramas. Literally a floating citadel.
Oh god, okay.
Like, it had wings. Yeah, and by wings I mean it was large enough to have huge sections allocated to different bosses. This was a raid in Northrend.
I definitely, when you said this has wings, I thought you were talking
Yeah,
about
you mean flying wings. Yes, yes,
I was
yes,
like,
yes.
it could fly?
It can fly, but it doesn't even need wings. It's literally just hovering,
That's crazy.
creeping death
That's
everywhere it goes.
wild.
Now this was such a big problem. Arthas was such a big problem. We have other allies. We have other
That's good.
guys coming to help us. One of the big ones. Remember how I told you there was a place called Dragonblight?
Yeah.
Now, here's a fun question. If you have the power of undeath, because you're, Arthas, what's one of the biggest, scariest things you think you could bring back?
As like
An undead.
an undead? Biggest, scariest thing? A dragon?
Yeah.
He brought back a dragon.
Not just one.
He brought back several dragons.
Dragonblight was the kind of ground of a huge battle that the dragons had.
Oh boy.
And he's like, oh, buddy, nom, nom, nom. Good eating.
How many dragons did he bring back?
So he only, because basically think of it like this, he only has so many 9th level spell slots.
Yeah.
So
I can only raise so many undead in a day.
he's working on it.
He's like one a day I can raise a
He's
dragon.
working on it. And basically, he raises an ancient dragon called Rhymefang.
Okay.
Like rhyme, like the ice, how they use it, like
Yeah.
So this creature becomes Arthas's main mount. So basically, what we're working with now is we have Arthas riding around.
Okay.
On a giant undead skeletal dragon. Reanimated fully with his, undead magics. Now, this is pretty terrifying. And draws the attention of the aspects.
What are the aspects?
The aspects, and again, this will take a lot of good information later. You remember how I told you originally Azeroth was kind of under the protection of these dragons?
Are the dragons the aspects?
Yep.
Okay.
So each one of them represents something different.
Uh-huh.
So there was Malagos, who represented magic.
Uh-huh.
There was Alexstrasza, the life binder, who represented like the red dragon flight. And so all of the red dragons are her kids.
Uh-huh.
And she was all about like life, resurrection kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You had what was her? Ysera.
Uh-huh.
Who was the green dragon flight, and her domain was the Emerald Dream.
Okay.
Lots of stuff like this. There's multiple different dragon flights. All the blue dragons, which is Malagos, are magic, so they have a kinship to that. Then there was the bronze dragon, Nazdormu.
Okay.
And his whole shtick is time magic.
Uh-huh.
So they kind of work like the police of the time ways. Of like, don't go fucking around with time or else the bronze dragonflight's coming after you.
The time police are on our booty cracks.
The time police are on your booty cracks. Again, this will become a thing later. But anyway, for now, It has drawn their attention.
Oh wow, so he's that
He's
crazy.
that
He's
much of a
that
problem.
powerful that the dragons are like, ooh.
And he's actively raising some of their more powerful children that died.
And they're like, oh no.
And it's like, oh, buddy, time to fuck you over. So they have come to Northrend to aid the Horde and the Alliance in the taking of Northrend.
That's wild.
But Arthas is no freaking pushover.
He's like, oh, you came? Good.
He's like, wonderful. I can't wait to raise you as my new mount.
Insane.
Arthas is taking all comers. He's like, let's go, buddy.
Arthas's dick is out.
It's out, and he has plopped it on the table, and it broke the table. Like, it's
wild.
Insane, the stuff that he's doing.
Aww.
Now, again, like, with such a powerful enemy, it can't just be the champions of the Horde and the Alliance. Like, we need more. And we've got the dragons on our side now. That's a big win. Big win. Great for us. But we need something else.
Okay.
So we need more. So what about the Argent Tournament? Basically, this is a tournament put together by the Horde and the Alliance to find the best champions and to pit them up against each other to keep increasing their strength.
What that?
To train and to work together.
Okay, so it's not like a death match.
No.
Okay, I was like,
no.
Why?
We're talking knights on horseback kind of stuff.
Okay, so they're getting everybody they can. They're just like, hey, can you swing a sword semi-decently? Get your booty here.
Get to the Argent Tournament. And you'll actually recognize the Argent Tournament as one of the expansions for Hearthstone.
Okay.
Where they added knights and inspire ability. Anyway, so we have the Argent Tournament, where we're talking like knights of old, paladins, raise your swords, defeat the undead scourge. It's a big King Arthur's court kind of thing going on right over here. And their goal is not only to train and get stronger, but to find other artifacts and weapons that might be of use against the Lich King.
We need better shit. We need better equipment. We're farming and leveling, guys.
This would include them going to the Lady of the Lake.
Okay.
For legendary swords and weaponry that they would use against the Lich King in the upcoming battle.
I love the Lady of the Lake trope of just like a bunch of super powerful items sunk to the bottom of this lake, and you're only allowed to use them if this lady's like chill enough for this one, I guess.
You're cool enough for this.
Here's your ring of invisibility because I say so.
We would also be introduced to new allies in the form of native denizens of Northrend.
Okay.
One such denizen being the Tuskar.
Ooh.
Now, the Tuskar are humanoid sea lions.
Humanoid sea lions?
Now, these humanoid sea lions, they literally have like walruses. Like they have the big tusks.
Yeah.
And stuff that go down, but they have like body of humans and stuff. Yeah. Eskimos. They are literally the ice-faring sea fishermen of Northrend.
I love that so much.
And while they might not be fighters, they do know how to throw a spear.
That's great.
And they're here to help you stick it to Arthas because they're about done with his bullshit.
That's great. We love that. Thanks for coming, boys.
We would also meet the Wolvar.
What are the Wolvar? Are they wolf boys?
They are humanoid honey badgers.
Honey badgers?
They are small. And they are ferocious.
Yeah. Oh, we love. They literally were like meme game. Honey badger don't fuck around.
Yes, very much so. So we also would run into the Oracles. This was a group of primal Murlocs, but they are sentient. They are like fully ready to talk. And they agree to help in the fight against the Lich King.
We're really putting the gang together, aren't we?
But
it's like the montage moment in the Spy movie.
It really is. Like, you can farm reputation with these factions, get new and more powerful gear. The Oracles were particularly fun because there was an item you could get once per week from them, which was called a mysterious egg. And most of the time, the mysterious egg in 7 real game days, like or real life days,
Uh
would hatch.
huh.
And there was a chance it would turn into a proto-drake mount.
That's so
It was a
good.
green proto-drake mount, and it was the only way to get it.
That's so cool.
So we have all these allies. Things are starting to look good. But as we push further and further into Northrend, we are finding more problems than we are finding solutions.
Uh huh.
Now, remember I talked to you a little bit about the trolls?
Uh huh.
You know, and how they're all about, like, worshipping the Loa and stuff, and, like, spirits of, like, nature, and there's a spirit for almost everything's Loa. And I told you that there was a group of trolls that worshipped, like, the Loa of blood, like,
Yeah.
sacrifice and stuff,
Uh
and
huh.
the dark spear trolls, which are the ones that join the horde, are kind of like,
Uh huh.
that's really rough, dude. Like,
Yeah.
we don't want that. Well, Arthas is like, you know who does want that?
Me, boys.
Me.
Me.
So he teams up with those trolls, and they have a huge section of Northrend.
Everybody's gathering their forces.
So we have to deal with those. We also have to deal with the Veracul. Now, the Veracul are basically giants. They are a tribe of Viking giants that reside in Northrend.
Okay.
And a lot of them have teamed up with Arthas.
Oh no, why?
They are dragon-riding giants.
They're riding dragons?
Proto-drakes, but yes. So we have to fight those as well. Which is yay, awesome.
So we're not the only one gathering forces.
We are not. I guess the main thing is he already had them.
Yeah.
We're just discovering them, and they're becoming more and more of a problem.
Oh no.
As time goes on. Just like we're discovering that the Nerubians are a thing, and we have to deal with them, and they're ambushing us and using their tunnel systems just like they did against Arthas to waylay our troops, and it's becoming a problem.
Oh, that's rough.
Now, eventually, we would make it all the way to Icecrown.
Okay.
Pushing our way in with our new allies and our new weapons and all this fun stuff. And we, at this point, are saying fuck Arthas so hard that that's where we set up the Argent tournament. In Icecrown.
Dang.
We're
They're
just
really
like, come on then. So, Icecrown Citadel is the big one.
Okay.
And he hasn't fully lost it at this point. So his undead are still fighting back our troops that we have now tried to take over
crazy.
just the base of Icecrown Citadel. But with the help of the Silver Hand, groups of paladins and other stuff like that, and all of our new friends, we have managed to secure a foothold in Icecrown Citadel, right at the base of his fortress. But he's up at the top.
Oh boy.
And undead dragons are making it a little hard to get up there.
I mean wings and stuff,
So at this time, the Alliance and the Horde will have their engineers coming up with something we have never seen before.
Oh?
Gunships.
Gunships?
They are basically, like, the Alliance one is powered mostly by, like, propellers.
Yeah.
And the Horde one is powered by, like, Zeppelin-esque technology.
Yeah.
But it's flying ships that we have mounted just shit tons of cannons to, and this is our answer to the sky threat.
That's great. We love
gunships. So the Alliance had their gnomes their best gnomish engineers working on Light's Vengeance. Or not Light's Vengeance, it's that's the Warhammer. I get confused. Anyway, on this new big gunship, we have the goblins working on the Horde one, and they get them done, and they're actively in the air, blowing down bad guys.
That's crazy. We love that.
We're having a good
gunships.
Now, let's talk a little bit about the creatures of Icecrown Citadel, shall we?
Okay.
Because this is where Arthas has his most powerful lieutenants.
Lovely.
Strongest people. So we have, you remember Professor Putricide?
Yeah.
From Hearthstone?
Yeah.
He's boss.
Oh!
He's Arthas's mad undead scientist.
That makes sense.
And he's got all kinds of concoctions to do, well, just about anything.
I mean, when you're an undead scientist, when in Rome.
He has captured a green dragon
Oh,
and is currently torturing it and tormenting it and trying to find a way into the Emerald Dream.
cool.
There is the
Cool.
undead rookery,
Huh?
where he has all of the undead dragons
Uh-huh.
that he has managed to capture so far.
Uh-huh.
And he's basically trying to figure out a way to make undead be able to make more,
Okay.
like
Okay.
whelplings and stuff like that.
Cool, 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 cool.
Oh yeah, the horrors that await us in here. There is the cult of the damned,
Uh-huh.
who are just like a bunch of undead worshipping cultists.
Uh-huh.
This is where we will inevitably conclude the wrath of the Lich King.
What?
We will confront Arthas after fighting our way through all of his undead minions.
Uh-huh.
In doing so, we are given a crazy moment where we arrive with our 40 heroes
Just a couple.
up at the very top of
Uh-huh.
Icecrown Citadel, where we will 40v1
We got
Arthas.
this, guys.
And he kills you. And he stands over your corpses, gloating, yelling for all of Northrend to hear that the champions, their strongest, their best, were about to become his new agents of destruction. He raises Frostmourne into the sky, and as he does, he starts to cast his dark ritual to rise up your corpses, to turn you into the next version of Death Knight, stronger, more powerful. And here's where we kind of get his master plan. He brought you here. He wanted you to train. He wanted you to get stronger. He wanted you to be his Death Knights 2.0, baby.
This is dumb. This is stupid.
Now, cue Tyrion 4 Dragon. One of the most powerful paladins, equipped with Ashbringer, the legendary two-handed paladin sword forged by the Silver Hand, as he comes in and he smites down Arthas.
Just like that?
He was here the whole time. He was helping you. He's literally been up on Icecrown helping you.
He just hid in a corner until he...
No, he's been kind of like there, but it's one of those moments where it's like he takes a knee and he's like, can't let this happen kind of thing. And you have that anime moment of a second wind, and he comes in to beat Arthas.
Okay.
So no matter what you do...
You're gonna die?
You're gonna die. And then, of course, there's this big, like, he resurrects you, and all of you guys are like, yay, we beat the Lich King.
He resurrects you in a not undead way.
Yeah. In a holy light kind of way. You know. And that is the end of Wrath of the Lich King.
Well, that kind of sucks that you don't get to be helpful.
I agree.
Like, yeah, at least it feels like it defeats the purpose.
Yeah, a lot of people were not happy about it.
Ew, that feels like the DM self-insert getting all the glory.
We go one step further.
Oh.
Because now we get one of the famous cutscenes. So, in this cutscene, we see Tyrion 4 Dragon talking to Uther the Lightbringer atop Icecrown Citadel. And during this moment here, they come to a crazy realization.
Oh?
Without Arthas, there is no Lich King. Without a Lich King, there is nothing holding back the mindless hordes of undead.
Because they're a horde.
They are a horde. So, we do get a really cool cutscene before this where, like, we beat Arthas and we destroy Frostmourne, which was the source of his power, source of his, all this stuff. And he basically, as he's dying, there's this moment where all the souls in Frostmourne get released and are able to kind of, like, finally go to the afterlife is the image that we get. Um, and there's a moment where it's like, because Arthas's soul was the first one that ever got eaten by Frostmourne, he gets his soul back.
Uh-huh.
And he gets to kind of be like, oh
I fucked
shit.
it, guys. I fucked it.
But the soul of his father is released from the sword, because this is a part that I left out.
Oh, well, you're telling us now.
After Northrend, after his excursion getting Frostmourne, he returned to Lordaeron. And he was welcomed back as a hero, a champion of the Alliance. And he walked into the throne room and he said his father would not have to deal with the burden of such a heavy crown anymore, as he ran him through with his new rune blade, Frostmourne. And that was one of the first victims of Frostmourne. He is released from the blade. He holds his son for one last time, and he helps his soul into the afterlife. But we still have a problem.
A bunch of undead horde.
A bunch of undead zombies. The mindless armies of the undead, the Scourge, they're still there.
Mm-hmm.
They need somebody. Somebody strong enough to take on the mantle of Lich King.
Is that going to be the DM self-insert who gets to wear the crown now?
So Tyrion Foredragon,
Yep, look like the self-insert's getting the pleasure.
holds up the crown, and he
Uh-huh.
turns to Uther and he says, "Forget what happened here. Forget me. Forget about this place. Forget about all of this. Because there must always be a Lich King." He puts on the crown, and he sits on the throne. All of the undead kind of go back into the catacombs. They retreat into the darkness.
And he's just like, just lay here,
And
guys.
he is forced to sit upon the frozen throne for all time.
That's rough. Sorry, dude.
Now, there is a joke in the World of Warcraft community,
Oh.
because Dalaran is the big focal point of this, of this expansion. Because you remember how I told you, like, Dalaran is the city of mages?
Uh-huh.
Well, this was a big enough threat that they were like, uh-oh, that's not good.
Uh-huh.
And they decided to teleport their entire city to Northrend
Oh.
and use it as their own floating fortress. And that's how the mages were helping.
That's incredible.
So, Uther has a golden statue of Tyrion Foredragon kind of erected in Dalaran, the city. And if you touch it, you can see that cinematic.
That's cool.
But the joke in the World of Warcraft community is Tyrion Foredragon, his whole thing was like, it's supposed to be this big noble sacrifice, and it's supposed to be like, forget about this. Don't send people here. I am gone.
And then you touch the
And then
statue.
you make a giant golden statue in the middle of Dalaran. And you make it so anybody touching it can see the events of what happened.
Wait, hold on, what happened to forgetting, boys?
So-
Wait, hold on. We wanted to forget. Wait, hold on. Why aren't we forgetting? Wait, hold on. I told you to. You're not listening to my instructions.
So people made comics of, like, having Uther be like, yep, totally chill, bro. And then he's back in Dalaran. He's like, how big do you want the golden statue with the magical effect to let people see what happened be? He's like, make it 20 feet tall.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yep. So, thus ends the Wrath of the Lich King.
What a story. Again, it feels weird because it feels that's I think the weirdest part about hearing the stories on the outside is World of Warcraft is an open world game, which means you run around doing whatever you want. But there's so clearly like a storyline and all of these NPCs and characters that mean so much to the world. It's just wild to me that was, instead of it being a game where it's like, oh, we're following along to the story. It's crazy to me that there is such a detailed story in such an open world that, like, you're a part of.
I agree. And the thing is, there's a lot of World of Warcraft players who don't know it.
Yeah.
Because it's just point, click, kill, loot, you know?
It's like go on this quest, and half the time people don't even read it.
Yeah. Like, why would you? It's just look at the objective, do the objective, leave.
Yeah, but there's that whole story there. It's like a history of a world almost.
Now, are you ready?
Oh, here comes the cliffhanger, boys.
So, the next expansion for World of Warcraft
Uh-huh.
was called World of Warcraft Cataclysm.
Oh, everybody's gonna die. That's what a cataclysm is, right?
You're so funny. So Cataclysm would do something that no expansion had done so far. No new zone, no new area, no new continent. We're revamping, baby.
Oh, well, we're starting fresh.
So we go to the shores of Darkshore.
Oh, is it dark there?
A night elf starting area.
Oh, okay.
The hills of Teneris.
Okay.
All of the places from the Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor, these were all places on those continents.
Yeah.
Ground starts to crack and break. We go to the Barrens, a place right outside Orgrimmar, the capital city of the Horde. Literally called the Barrens because it is a terrible, awful landscape.
Oh boy.
The ground cracks, breaks. You see the molten lava of the earth start to emerge from certain sections.
Okay.
And we hear a deafening roar.
Ah.
Overhead. We look up, and a mountain with wings.
With wings?
It's not a mountain.
It's a dragon?
It's a dragon.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Our first introduction to Deathwing, the World Breaker.
No.
Cataclysm has come to Azeroth in the form of the Black Dragonflight, led by the now corrupt head of the Aspects, Deathwing, the Earth Warden. Now, this is gonna be nuts.
Are we talking about it now, or are you just?
And you'll have to find out
Yeah,
what
that's
happens
what
next time in the
Uh-huh.
Cataclysm episode.
Bye.
We will see you again next time, merry travelers, and until then, goodbye.